Hi everyone! Here we go. We're going to do some multiplication and division with some situations. So let's check out situation number 1. Oh man, we have a classroom of students. What would this have to do with multiplication or division? Well, what if this class right here, most classes, they have to bring in stuff at the beginning of the year, right? Each kid is supposed to bring in like this many pencils or this many markers and all that, right? So that you have enough materials for the year. So let's try that out. So let's say this table here of girls, let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3 girls at this table. And each one at the beginning of the year brought 8 pencils for the classroom. Wow, so is the classroom only going to have 8 pencils? Well, no, this table brought you more than that because there were 3 girls. So what's our situation here? Are we talking multiplication or are we talking division? Well, you might say neither. Well, let's see. 8 pencils for this girl, 8 pencils for her, and 8 pencils for her. They each brought the same amount. And when that happens, when something is happening over and over again, repeated addition, we could write 8 plus 8 plus 8. Or we could say that's the same thing as 3 people each times bringing in 8 pencils. That means the same thing. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is the same thing as 3 times 8. Awesome. And now we'd say, well, how much is that? Okay, well, for me, I like to think in doubles. And I know 8 and 8, that is 16. But then I'd have to add the 8 more from that girl. And now I am at 2-digit number. You figure that out. Pause the video, write it down. Because I'm writing it down right now. 24. Okay, so there's my equation for that situation of pencils. And yeah. So now, what if I make the situation just a little bit more complicated? So now I say, well, this group was in charge of pencils. And the teacher's like, but that's not all we're going to need. We kind of like to have, what else do we like to have in the classroom? Pens. Okay, so then this group over here, I'll say this group right here. How many kids are sitting at that table? Well, there's 2 of them. Okay, and these 2 at this table, we're supposed to bring the pens. And they need to bring the same amount of pens. And what's a good amount of pens so that everyone in the class can be using a pen? So they're like, oh, well, we'll each bring in, what do you think? Let's say they both each brought in 14 pens, we'll say. Each, right? Each of those boys each brought that in. So we could write that's 14 plus 14. Or I have the same thing happening twice, so I could write that as a multiplication sentence. I had 2 boys, and each one brought in 14 pens, and that is the same thing as what? So if we double 14, we're not at 14. We're not at 20. We're at 28. Okay, let's check out one more situation. And this situation deals with crayons. Oh my gosh, crayons. This is just a box of crayons that has this many crayons in it. Whoa, lots of fun crayons to use. So we just looked at multiplication, but now we're gonna switch it up and look at division. So what am I covering up here that you can't see? Well, there is some unknown here that I'm gonna have you try to figure out. There's 24 crayons, but when they put the crayons in the box, do they just plop them in there and they're everywhere, like all messed up? No, when you first open a box of crayons, they're put in there just so nicely and organized. into row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Rows go from side to side. So we have these crayons that are put in there in rows. So do you think in this box of crayons, when you buy it, you open it up and there's just one long row of 24 crayons? No, that'd be a weird looking box. Okay, maybe you would like that, but let's take a look because I'm going to give you a little hint here. So look at that. How many rows are in this crayon box? Well, there's one row here in the back, one in the middle, and one in the front. So we actually have 3 rows of crayons. So there are 24 crayons that were what? Divided up into what? Rows. How many rows? 1? No, you would like that, but no. 2 rows? No. This crayon box was put into 3 rows. So now, what are we actually trying to figure out? What's this question going to tell us in this situation? What's this unknown that's sitting here? Do we know right now how many crayons are in each row? I have 1, 2, 3, I could like make a guess, but there's gonna be the same amount in each row. So that's why we have division happening. So I need to take that 24 and I need to divide it up into groups of 3. So in each row, are we just gonna have 1 crayon? No, we can see that it's more than that. I already counted about 3 right here, right? So if I put 3 here, that would mean that 3 times 3 would give me 24. And is that true? Is 3 times 3 equal to 24? No. Okay. So I will need to step it up and say, well, maybe there's 4 in each one. Is 4 times 3 give me 24? No. Okay, so pause video, figure that out. Make a sketch, make a picture, write some equations, and then press play again because I'm going to write the answer. Actually, let's reveal it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that crayon box has 8 crayons in each row before you open it and mess it all up, right? Okay, good job with your multiplication division situations. Look around you. There are multiplication division situations everywhere.